What's up, Defire crew? It's Oddprophet again, back with another tutorial on how to rip off anyone's sounds. Can't believe I'm saying that, but it's kind of true. So what I've been doing recently, especially yesterday and the day before, was I was making a sample pack. Mainly because people who want Serum preset packs kind of want to just have a preset which sounds like something that they really like. Say, for example, a Marauder track, when they're like, they probably think I would really want a Machine Gun-esque sort of sound in Serum that I can just plug and play. So that's what I've been doing, basically. And using Serum sort of import methods in the Wavetable, that's kind of become really easy, I figured out. So I'm going to show you how you're able to basically recreate anyone's sound by sort of cheating. But you can also use it to be a little bit more creative and using other people's songs to create wavetables that are harmonically rich, varied, and most importantly, sound design game to another level. I think the crazier the sound, the more more people are going to be sort of paying attention to you because you're not really making sounds like everyone else. And I think that's really important. It's like one of the vital ingredients in order to get somewhere with dubstep or drum and bass, but probably not pop music, because you know what I'm saying. They don't use dubstep sound design in pop music. But yeah, so I made this what's it called? This Serum pack. And I've been able to make, recreate the Mega Punch sustain. What else have I done? I've also been able to do that Mastodon. What else have I also been able to do? I've also been able to do more Mastodon. And I've also been able to do Funk Case. I mean, it's kind of scarily accurate. In fact, I was on Twitter yesterday and I was so confident in this technique on Twitter, I literally asked people, send me a sound that you can't recreate in Serum. I will do it in 5 minutes. And people did. And I was able to just literally, someone said scary yikes good. Bang, done. And I'm going to show you how you're going to be able to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to obviously hit unique, and now we're going to go and choose a song that we like. I'm just going to choose something from the Never Say Die catalog. Kill Feed. Let's see if we can do Valley of Death. Actually, wait. What's just that one that has a really cool sound? They're all shit, isn't it? Okay. We can rip this off. So what we're going to do is, in Edison, I don't know about Ableton, but you'll have to just figure out how to just make stuff into a little bit of a sample. See, the thing about this sound, it's got like a sustain over the top, so that's going to be in there as well, but that could be cool. I'm going to just sample that. I reckon a good 4 seconds of sample is quite good. So make sure it's 4 seconds. Therefore, you're able to get a huge amount of variation in your wavetable. And what we're going to do is we're going to drag this in, and obviously you have. Thanks, FL Studio. Obviously, you have different import methods, but the one we're going to be using today is frame rate with pitch average. So this is basically going to just import the sound into the wavetable and do the sort of figuring out the pitch. I don't know. I read the manual and I was like, I couldn't understand it, to be honest. So I'm just going to show you what I learned. And there you have our literal sample being imported almost as is. And as you can see, this is going to be a lot of fun. Thank you, Killfeed, for this one. But there's a few things that we need to do. So there's 256 frames in a wavetable. And as you can see, it goes up to 145, which is kind of not a lot. Well, it's half the amount. So what we're going to do is we're going to select them all like this. We're going to hold down Shift, like that. Shift. I guess that's just selected anyway. We're going to hold down shift, and then what we're going to do is we're going to crossfade them like that. So now, at the end of it, it's 256 frame rates. Sometimes if you want to make it smaller, you just select the size, and then you do remove all except selected, and then, oh, my bad, and then you go and, you know, crossfade them. Now we're going to normalize each of these these frame rates separately, so they're all hitting 0 like this, and now you'll be able to see all the frames are pretty much hitting 0, even that one right there. And then what we're going to do is, well, sometimes we need to shift all of these frame rates to you know, to the 0 cross, so there's not so much clicks. That's the problem with a lot of people. They seem to be making wavetables and they end up being really clicky. This is why I recommend doing 4 seconds of stuff that's really harmonically dense, like a song. Songs, for some reason, are really good. Even like the kicks, this can like produce like a really sort of snails sort of F sort of sound. And it's a really useful sort of technique. Well, this is what I'm going to show you. So, obviously we have our kick sample there, but we're going to put this down to a bass. And then what we're going to do is we're going to slowly use LFO1 to kind of go through the wavetable. Can you hear that? Bang, you've done it. You've made kill feed in one Serum patch. There we go. If we bring it down to... get dotted with... I mean, if we wanted proper accuracy... Okay, that's cool. Right, we're gonna try and get this to sound a little bit... So obviously if we bring this down, it's gonna be slower. Like that, and we can kind of just choose our little sort of section of the sound. Obviously that sounds kind of, well, first of all it's mono for a start, so we're going to be fixing that, but we're going to also try and sort of sculpt the sound exactly the way that they had in the song. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this on the level on a different LFO like this. It's going to be a little bit tricky. And then I'm thinking of maybe a little bit like a high pass filter, maybe something like that. I mean, are you going to get it right every time? No. But you get pretty close. You kind of also get this like sort of, just checking how it sounds before. I mean, even if I haven't recreated it, I've still made like a pretty good sound, you know what I'm saying? That's very kind of unique in a way. Let's go and put some hyper dimension on that. We'll go and put this on over here as well. Kind of need to sweep out that low end, so I'm just gonna... We'll put some tonal delay on there. I usually think tonal delay kind of makes everything sound a little bit better anyway. Just gonna put it up quite high just to hear what I'm doing. I might just change this up. I mean, even if we didn't really achieve that same sound, we did kind of achieve something kind of really kind of unique. It sounds like it's full of layers, which is kind of funny, even though it's just one wavetable. Might just put some reverb filter behind it just to give it some fucking. So what I've noticed now that this is really loud, but we can't barely hear our sub bass. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it down here, and if we click here, it turns into a level knob, which is basically a gain knob. And then you can bring up everything in the master. I'm thinking some pitch automation as well might be really cool. So we do LFO free, bang, master tuning. I mean, we didn't really recreate the sound, but we kind of have this, like, really sort of, like, knives and forks in the fucking drawer sort of sound. Which is kind of unique in a way. Okay. Right, let's try again. Let's try another one. I'm going to save this one. I'm going to call it Kill Fed. Because he's been fed now. Let's try another one. Let's try and do something that actually will sound pretty close. I'm just trying to think of some stuff that's I've actually heard before. We have so much fucking stuff in here. Black Friday, here we go. This shit was good. I remember this. Let's try Epic. Let's see what Bloodlust has for us in store. I know. Shall I try this one? Because usually, like, yeah, I think I'm gonna try this one. Let's try and use this one as a sound. So I'm just gonna put that in there. Let's go and try again. So, constant frame size. There we go. We're gonna take it from here, I reckon. Oh, this one looks kind of muddy actually. I think I actually didn't. For some reason, sometimes if you put the sample size too small, it kind of loses quality. For some reason, I'm not really sure. Let's do crossfade, normalize each gain, and then we'll shift the horizontal things over there to stop it from. Let's see how this one turned out.
Make your music stand out, get more views, and way more engagement. Bring your music to life. Get Music Visualizer. In every format, even for social media. Get started today. The link is in the description.
Okay. Yo! This could work. Let's try and do this one. Some distortion, I think. Get some, bring the release down on that. We bring this down over here as well. It's kind of got like this wub 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 sort of sound. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a filter on it. I'll hit trigger. We're getting there, boys. We're getting there. We'll put some tonal delay back on to. It's kind of got like a really sort of stereo wide sort of sound. I don't like that tonal delay anymore. We're going to take out this low end because we don't like the sub bass in there. I mean, we kind of got the timbre. Direct out. Put some reverb on it. And let's see if we can copy the sort of thing. I mean, it's not going to sound exactly the same. But we can get close. Da, 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 da. Oh no, I've lost it now. It's like da 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 da. I don't know. What? But oh, you get what I'm saying. Yeah, but like it's not too bad. I'm just trying to think what is missing, and I'm looking at the waveform to kind of figure it out. Definitely some high end. I know we did take that out, so I'm just gonna bring that mix to come up every time it hits. I think some more distortion would be really cool. So this is obviously sort of controlling how fast it cycles through that waveform. It's kind of got like a harsh effect to it, this sound. And it's kind of got like a little bit of more sub bass underneath it, almost like a sawtooth. So I'm gonna bring a little bit of thickness. Even if we didn't really recreate it like fully, I know there's a little bit of there's a little bit of an attack. Blah 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 blah, and I'm not doing that. It sounds like a little bit like a fucking. Here we go. That's too much. I mean, even though we didn't recreate it fully, we kind of created something similar. Which is kind of dope anyway. We could probably even make a sustain out of it, really. We kind of need it to go back and forth, though. I don't know. But yeah, it just shows you like the power of it, basically, and the amount of stuff that I was able to kind of recreate is just amazing. Is it cheating? I don't know. We'll let everyone else decide if it's cheating or not. Because technically, what I'm doing is I'm sampling it. Technically. Because the waveform is basically playing the sound like a sample, but with all the post-processing that you can do on Serum, and the slight nature that it kind of won't ever recreate it fully anyway, like, this is pretty powerful. And I'm going to show you another way to how to just create something that won't sound like it's replicating the actual synth, but you can use it in a creative way. And I'm going to choose something by Must Die. There's going to be something... I basically like using Must Die because he's got, like, these crazy high-end sort of screeches and stuff like that, and that's exactly what I kind of want. Like, Bliss 2K would be incredible to do. So, what we're going to do is we're going to open it up in Edison, and I'm going to literally just find a part which is nutty. Also, like, loads of low end as well. I'm thinking that one. Let's just drag it in there. So now we're going to open up Serum and we're going to do it again. We don't want that freestyle part in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the freestyle, otherwise our thing's going to sound literally going to say freestyle in the synth, which is silly. So what we're going to do is we're just going to remove that part by selecting all of this, and then we're going to remove multi-selection. Bang, now it's gone. We're also going to get rid of all this shit because I don't want that. So we're just going to go all the way to the end of the sample like that. Finish it here, and then remove all except selected. We'll trim off the excess fat, basically. Now we're going to go and do our standard thing. So we're going to crossfade it, we're going to normalize each gained, and then we're going to shift to horizontal zero crossing. Sometimes you may need to do, You may need to do X fading the edges, because sometimes there's like loads of, I don't know, just shit that's going to cause all the crackly pops, and the more you have of those, it's kind of just got to make it sound shit. But sometimes when you drag stuff in, you may be like, why does my thing not look like yours? Try and use something longer. Sometimes some samples just don't work. It's a very it's about getting the practice in, trial and error. Let's see what this one sounds like. Let's go. See, Liz. Oh, it's absolutely shameless, isn't it? You can imagine it. I don't want that kick in there though. It's got this like kick in there. Cool, so now what we can do... Whoa. Some hyperdimension as well. Let's go fucking crazy. I'm also going to put a bandpass on this one because I feel like it's just a little bit high-endy. Kind of got this horrible... Don't really like that at the moment. Tonal delay, please. Why does it sound fucking horrible? Alright, maybe we need to do some compression. There we go, put the gain up. Let's have a look at our parametric EQ. Yes, all around here is horrible. Can we not have that, please? Fucking hell. Well, to be honest, I am doing stuff with the filler. That's better. That's a bit better, wasn't it? Let's go and get our EQ and give it a little bit of a yop. Yoppy. It's got too much tonal delay now. I'm also going to take away from this area right here. It's just way too loud. Put some sub bass in. Okay, we're getting somewhere. See, look, I can literally do something like this and have this go. And everyone's like, how the fuck? I think that's really cool. It's kind of got like this sort of Foley sort of sound to it. I'm going to put this before. It's important to have this on triggered mode. Or it's going to sound different every time. Let's go and add a mode to this, I reckon. There we go, we're starting to get... Kind of got that low googly sort of sound. Oh my god! There we go. See, you couldn't make that anywhere. It's kind of got that flicky sort of sound. Put some reverb on that. Gonna turn that reverb. I found out that making like guns, like Marauder-esque sort of tear out sort of stuff with this sort of shit, really easy and really effective. Like something like the atonal sort of rhythm sort of guns, really sort of easy. I like putting like a little sort of sine wave underneath all of the distortion. That really gives it some kind of really sort of heavy sort of like... Like you could use these to layer up guns. Here's another example of something that I made quite recently for the pack. It's I sampled I think Ruckus from the Mastodon and Tramper tune, and it works really well. Like, if we have it, like, you know, I don't like this fucking thing that it's done now. I can't see what the fucking thing is. I'd love to see what you can make using these sort of, like, gun techniques. So